And yeah, they were tens of thousands of pounds each. And also completely worthless. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would give you a little bit of a tour around the studio and a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes. Now this is definitely a bit more of a personal video because you're going to see a lot more of my personal space, which I don't really show a lot of, so that'll be fun. And slightly embarrassing, because I'm a bit of a hoarder. Now if you're expecting like a giant David Dobrik mansion tour or a James Charles mansion tour or anything like that, then you need to take your expectations and bring them all the way down here, because I'm not a millionaire. However, I am very fortunate to have the space that I have, and I make it work for me. Although at the minute I'm thinking about changing it up a bit, because it's getting a little bit claustrophobic. But anyway, I'll show you around and see what I'm talking about. Come on, let's have a perv. Okay, so starting off, obviously this will be very familiar. This is just the backdrop of my studio with all my crafts and all my other bits and bobs. You can also see in here how badly my terrarium's doing. Looking pretty dead. 2 of them have survived though. And inside my other terrarium, it's just even worse. But I've got all the stuff from past craft projects on here. It's probably a little bit dusty as well. Little puppies. Some things might be familiar with you, some things might not be. It depends how much you've watched of my videos, but it goes all the way up to the top. And it goes all the way to the bottom as well. And we have this side of the shelving, which is basically like paintings. We've got Gladys there, and some other stuff. It's a little bit plain over here. It's less busy. Also, my floor's a complete mess. And I am thinking about buying a new table and chair. I've already actually bought a new chair. I'm just waiting to collect it. I haven't got round to it yet. But I definitely think I need to invest in a new table. It's looking pretty shabby. And obviously over here, you'll see more of my crafts and my paintings and stuff. That weird funky chair. This thing actually used to live up on the top, somewhere up there. And it came crashing down, and I've just put it there for now because I don't know what to do with it. And if you follow me on Instagram, I posted that last year on my stories about having an avalanche in the studio, and that's where it just lives now. Don't know what to do with it. It's too heavy to hang up, really. I think I made it in a blind Pinterest challenge episode. So yes, we've got the wheel there. What will it decide for us? Oh, Christmas. Lovely. I'm not doing one today. So we've got some of my sculptures that I've made resting on the side here. Some more sculptures over there. We have a little collection of spray paint there. And in here, I have just more paints and pigments and stuff like that. I have my bookshelf here, which I don't really use, to be fair. It just stores loads of stuff. Like I've got a wooden penis, which is also a bottle opener, which is quite handy. You know, 2 uses. So obviously you're seeing kind of this side of the studio, whereas when I'm sat down, I see this side of the studio and all my lights and my camera and stuff. And I recently changed the filter on this light. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see that because it's really bright, but I changed it to like an orangey hue because, like, I don't know whether you noticed in some of my videos, probably like a few weeks ago, I was looking really washed out. Like, I looked poorly, so I decided to switch it over to give us a bit more of a orangey glow. I think it looks quite nice. Makes us look a bit more alive. And it hurts my eyes less as well. We also have a lot of storage for just various craft supplies and lots of stuff. The thing is, they were organised, but now I don't really know what's in them anymore. Like, there's a camera lens on here. I don't know why that's there for. Walking over, we've got just more stuff, some more sculptures, and some more storage. And then another lot of shelving with some more sculptures, some more artwork, and just some more storage and some more stuff. So that's kind of the main recording area, all that bit over there. And it's quite a nice little space. I like it. It's very comfortable, very warm and cozy, and very, very cluttered. So moving away from this part of the studio, and we come to this little area, which is my editing space, just general computer office space, and I do all my work there. I also plan all my videos in advance, so I'll have to blur that out. That's top secret information, but they are future videos that I've jotted down, and the date that they're going to go out, and when I need to buy all my materials and stuff for them. So I do plan quite a lot. In fact, I plan excessively. Like, I'm just completely ridiculous about it. But it just means that I don't stress about things and stuff, and I quite like it that way. Now, this thing might seem just incredibly boring, but it's actually not. It's a backup battery for my computer because I live on a farm and we're not attached to the grid or anything like that. So I get a lot of power cuts and just random stuff that happens, which is really irritating. So that thing there is a lifesaver. It is the best thing I've ever bought in my entire life. Like, you have no idea if you've spent hours and hours editing and the power goes off and you lose everything. It's soul destroying, so that's just great. I spend many hours here. Moving on, we have a little bit of a paint collection with some paint brushes, and this is actually just a shoe storage rack thing that I just decided to put paint in for some reason. It's alright, isn't it? We have two of the most expensive things that I own, which are my 2 degrees in fine art. So my undergraduate degree and my master's degree. And yeah, they were tens of thousands of pounds each. And also completely worthless. So moving a little bit further around and you get into a bit more of a personal space. So this is more of like a living space. We have a couple of paintings there. We've got the telly, something's playing, something's happening. We've got my Switch, I'm a bit of a gamer. I don't know what I'm playing at the minute. Yeah, I'm playing Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and that's a great game, I absolutely love it. I think it's my second playthrough now. And this is just my work uniform, ready to go, obviously, to work, even though I don't want to. And I'm also in the middle of munching a Toblerone. I've got very little left. We've got some exercise equipment, which I actually do use. Like, look at these weights, I'm a beast. So yeah, this is just like my gym setup, and this is where I kind of get ready to look a little bit presentable. If I'm going somewhere, I might not be going anywhere, and then I don't use this space. And then this is where all the magic happens. That's right, that's where I sleep. Nothing else. Get your mind out the gutter. Gross. So yes, a nice big bed, and because I'm single, I get the entire thing to myself, and I just get a starfish. I feel sorry for anyone who's in a relationship with someone and, you know, they have to sleep next to someone. Now, this is the problem I kind of have, is you would expect a chest of drawers to have clothes in and stuff like that. But basically, my studio starts to overlap into kind of where I sleep. So we've got like paints and all sorts in here. There's some future craft kits that I'm thinking about using, so you've got a little sneak peek there. And I'm going to be doing something with vodka eventually as well. Whether I get round to that, I don't know, so just take that with a pinch of salt. Then we have my lovely wardrobe. And I will show you inside of here, because I've got a little tip for you. Also, I'm sorry if it's dark, the light's terrible in here. So my little bit of a tip when it comes to organising your wardrobe is put all your newly washed clothes to one side and take from the other side, and just take this side and then put the new ones back up on that side, and then you work your way down and keep going and going, and that way all your clothes get evenly worn, so you're not wearing one more than another. And also, if you come across a t-shirt or a top that you don't like and you keep getting it out and you're like, ugh, you know to throw it away. You know you don't like that anymore. It doesn't bring you joy. So that's a little tip for you. Also, I've got my little aftershave collection here, which I don't normally have that much, but lots of people bought us a lot of aftershave for Christmas, so I've got quite a bigger collection than I normally would. And this stuff here, so I suffer a lot with tinnitus, and tinnitus, there's no real like cure for it or anything like that, but this stuff is quite helpful, and it can sometimes relieve it a little bit. So I get tinnitus quite a lot on the night time, and you just put a few little drops in a cup with some water, drink it, and it doesn't necessarily cure it, but I feel like it makes it get a little bit better. Tinnitus is a huge pain in the ass, like it really is. If anyone else gets tinnitus, I know it can drive you mad, I really do. Also, if you have noticed, I've got a blue curtain, a red curtain, and a black curtain, and that's not on purpose. I went to the shops when I first moved in because I needed some curtains because it was just far too light, and my goal was to buy exactly the same coloured curtain because that makes sense, but they'd sold out of each one. They didn't have enough, and I just really needed some curtains, so I just bought all different coloured ones. And that would drive people mad, but for me, I just don't really care. So that is kind of my little living situation, my little respite space, and people might think it's awful kind of sleeping in the same place that you work, but after you've had like a crazy busy day of editing and crafting and stuff, you can just run and dive straight into bed. Who doesn't want that? It's perfect. The perfect setup. And then this is the biggest hoard that I have. And it is just like a pile of crap that divides the main studio to kind of my living space. And as you can see, I kind of have a thing for collecting cardboard boxes. And there's just stuff all over. And if you notice all the way at the back, there's some wood. So if I ever need wood, I need to climb over this entire pile of shit. And this is the kind of area that I'm thinking about sorting out because it's too much. It's getting a bit much even for me. And then we walk straight back over and we're back in the studio. It's as simple as that. So you go from living, bedroom, kind of different space, all the way to work and craft space. And that's it. That is my crafting, recording studio / where I sleep. Right, now I've got to sit down and record the outro. So there we have it. If you've ever wanted to know or been interested into knowing what's behind the camera, then now you know. And obviously my space does have some pros and it does have some cons, but I know people would absolutely kill for the space that I have, and I'm very fortunate to have what I have. And you know, you just make the most out of what you've got, and I definitely have. But I do need to just organise some stuff and figure some stuff out because it is getting it's getting too much. I've got too much stuff. Even I can admit that. But hopefully you have enjoyed today's video and enjoyed having a little deeper look into how I do things and how I live and my wardrobe tips. If you did enjoy it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week for a brand new video. Bye.